Okay, so previous class we solved only one problem then. So today we will start with this problem, that is 8p6. Out of 8 things that we have, we are going to select 6 things. Okay, we have 8 options. Out of 8 options, we are going to select 6 of the options. Now, how many ways can we select that 6 of the options? That is what we are supposed to find out. So the formula for that goes like this: n factorial divided by n minus r factorial. This is your normal permutation formula. Okay, so what is n in this? Can anybody say me what is n? 8. Students, I want everybody to answer. Be attentive. Understand and answer. What is n? N is 8. Okay. And what is r? R is 6. So what do we do? Let's just blindly put that into the formula. So 8 factorial divided by 8 minus 6 factorial. Do not forget the bracket, because if you write it as 8 minus 6 factorial, the factorial will be only for 6 and not for 8. So that is why please put the brackets, which means that factorial is for both 8 as well as 6. Okay, now what will be our next step? 8 factorial. We have to find out 8 factorial. 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Correct. Now somebody quickly calculate the value and say me. Good. So 8 minus 6 factorial. 8 minus 6 is 2. So 2 factorial is nothing but 2 into 1. Now here one more thing what you can do is, you can just cancel the numbers. 2 and 2 will get cancelled. 1 and 1 will get cancelled. Now if you multiply, what will be your answer? 20160. Good. Even if you do the whole procedure, you're gonna get the same answer, that is 20160. Or if you cancel the numbers and then multiply, then also you will get the same answer. Understood? Clear? Okay. Now let us go for the next problem. One second. Resume. So here you have NP3 is equal to 10. Now in this, have they defined what is N? Have they clearly told you what is N? Do you know what is N here? No. So we are supposed to find out what is N. And then you have R. Either of one will be defined. In such problems, what is going to happen is either of one, either N or R, one of it will be defined. So N is not given to us, but R is given to us, which is nothing but 3. So there are N number of things which are present, but out of N number of things, we are supposed to only consider 3 of them. Okay, we are supposed to only consider 3 of them. So how many number of ways can we find or to select 3 of them? Are you all able to understand? Are you all able to follow? Okay. Okay, now, so how do we go about it? We'll be using the same formula, But here, since we do not know n, we will not be using that n, any number, and we will instead use it as n only. So what is the formula? N factorial divided by n minus r whole factorial. Correct? Now I will keep n as it is. So n factorial is there as it is, divided by n minus, I know what is r, that is 3. So n minus 3 factorial is equal to, I know what is the total answer, that is 210. Okay, so the next step what we are going to do is, we are going to expand this n factorial. Now what is the expansion for the n factorial? N into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3 factorial. Okay, I'm just giving factorial because after that also there are more numbers. And moreover, why did I stop at n minus 3 factorial? Is another reason is divided by, I have n minus 3 factorial. If you see now, I have two same numbers in the numerator as well as denominator where I can cancel them. So that is the reason why I stopped at n minus 3 factorial. But don't forget to put the factorial, because after n minus 3 you will have n minus 4, n minus 5 and so on. It just goes on and on. Okay, so instead of just writing this so many numbers, I have stopped it at n minus 3 factorial. Did you all understand this step? Okay, let us continue. Is equal to 210. Now, in numerator and denominator, n minus 3 factorial and n minus 3 factorial is cancelled, because both were same in the numerator and denominator where I can cancel them. Now, the next step, n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 is equal to 210. Now I am left out with n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 is equal to 210. Okay. Now what happens? Now instead of checking things here and there, what we can do is, okay, what we will be able to do is, we will have to assume a number. Okay, we will have to assume a number and do some trial and error, okay, to get this 210 as the answer. Now let us first assume 6. Okay, here I have taken as 7 directly because you'll get the answer. So first we will assume or we will take from 4. Let's say n is equal to 4. So 4 minus 1 is 3, 4 minus 2 is 2. 4 into 3 into 2, can you say me what you will get the answer? 4 3s are 12, 12 2s are 24. Now you are getting 24, but you are supposed to get 210. So 4 also you cannot go. Let's start with 5. Try with 5 similarly. 5 into 4 into 3 into 2, or 5 into 4 into 3 also will give you the answer. You have to only consider 3 numbers. Don't go beyond that. 5 into 4 into 3. 5 4s are 20 into 3 is 60. Okay, you are not getting 210 again. Okay, 5 also you cannot take. 6, check with 6. 6 into 5 into 4. Okay, 6 also is not possible. 7 into 6 into 5. You get 210. Okay, so now what is the trial error we did? We just took the simple numbers and we found out only 3 values. Don't consider all the values. Okay, don't go with 4, 3, 2 and 1. 4, 3, 2 is enough. Similarly, here 7, 6, 5 is enough. Don't go with 4. You will get a different answer. So, if n is equal to 7, then I will get the total value of permutation as 210. So, 7 minus 1. Okay, let me erase all this and we will continue this problem. Okay, 7 minus 1, 7 minus 2 is equal to 210. Okay, so here if n is equal to 7, so 7 remains, 7 minus 1 is 6, 7 minus 2 is 5, is equal to 210. 210 is equal to 210. Therefore, n is equal to 7. This is how we get the answer for n. Understood? Everybody understood? Okay. Now let us go to the next problem. A little different one. Interesting though. Okay. So the question is, if NP3 is to NP2 is equal to 3 by 1, find n. Similar one like the before. Here also we are supposed to find out n. Okay. So first we will define each of them separately and then we will take it together forward. So first, how do I define NP3? What is the formula? N factorial divided by n minus 3 factorial. Yes, n minus 3 factorial. Now n factorial is nothing but n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3 factorial divided by n minus 3 factorial. Correct? Is this correct? Okay. Now, what is the next step that I can do? Can somebody say me? Cancellation. Good. Cancellation of what? What can I cancel here? N minus 3. I got only one answer. How about others? See which is the common. N minus 3 factorial. Okay, good. Okay, so we are supposed to cancel n minus 3 factorial and n minus 3 factorial. So what is my resultant? N into n minus 1 into n minus 2. This will be the form for NP3. Correct? Okay, okay, Rajeshwari. Just listen carefully here. We will do the same thing for NP2, then you will understand it better. Okay, now come the next one, NP2. Now, what is the permutation formula? N factorial divided by n minus r factorial. Correct? Now, in the place of n, I am retaining n. I am keeping n as it is. In the place of r, I am using this 2. So, n minus 2 factorial. Okay. Now, going on further, let us expand it. Good, Sindhu. So, n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 factorial. Okay, actually if you take n factorial, it is nothing but n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3 minus 4 5, and it just goes on and on and on. Okay, instead of taking so many numbers, what I am trying to do is I am stopping it at my convenience. That is because I have same number where I can divide, that is n minus 2 factorial. Now if you see, you have n minus 2 here, n minus 2 factorial here, and again n minus 2 factorial here, which I can cancel. When it is in the numerator and denominator, I can cancel. If it is if both are in numerator, I cannot do it. If both are in denominator also, I cannot do it. Okay, if it's on the opposite side, one is in the numerator, other is in the denominator, I can cancel them. Clear? So what will be my expression for NP2? I hope Rajeshwari understood what we were trying to do. Okay, so now we have n into n minus 1. So for NP3, this is the expression that is available. Let me name it as 1. And for NP2, this is the expression available. I'll name this as 2. Understood till here? Everybody understood till here? Okay. So now, next step. Now read the question once again clearly. Okay. I'll just erase this one part. Now what does the question say? Let us see that. Now the question says NP3 is to NP2. There is a ratio. NP3 is to NP2. I can also write this NP3 is to NP2 as NP3 divided by NP2. This ratio can also be written as division, and that is what I'm trying to do it here. Okay, and the other side you have 3 is to 1. So since I write NP3 by NP2, I can also write this as 3 divided by 1. Understood? Everybody understood this step? Since we have ratios, we are converting that into the division part. Everybody understood? I don't see few of them answering. Okay. Now, since I have NP3 divided by NP2, now I'm supposed to use this expression 1 and 2 as division. Okay. So, what is that I had in NP3? I'll just erase all of this so I get a little more space to solve. Okay, so now what I have is NP3. Now NP3 is nothing but n into n minus 1 into n minus 2. Yes, divided by what is NP2? N into n minus 1. Correct? Everybody agree until here? NP3 is n into n minus 1 into n minus 2. Okay, and then you have n into n minus 2, which is equal to 3 divided by 1. I'll retain this as it is. Now again, just check if you can, cancel something. Which are the expressions I can cancel? Can anybody say? Okay, I got one answer. How about others? N into n minus 1. Okay, it's not only n minus 1. See, n is also there, so I'm cancelling n. And then I have n minus 1. I'm also cancelling n minus 1. So I've cancelled n and n minus 1. Now, the next step will be, what is remaining? N minus 2 is equal to 3 by 1. Correct? N minus 2 is equal to 3 by 1. Now this 1 which is in division, if I take it to the other side, it will become 1 into n minus 2 is equal to 3. Yes, if I take 1 to the other side, if it is division here, it becomes multiplication. Now 1 into n is n, 1 into minus 2 is minus 2, which is equal to 5, which is equal to 3, which is equal to 3. Now n is equal to 3 minus 2 if it goes to the other side. Correct, Sindhu. Correct answer. Minus 2 if it goes to the other side. Suha's answer is also correct. Anusha also is correct. It becomes plus. So 3 plus 2. So nothing but n is equal to 5. So for both of it, I understood that 5p3 is to 5p2 is equal to 3 is to 1. I'm just rewriting the question once again here. That's all. With n. Understood? Everybody is clear? Okay. Can we go for the next question? Okay. A simple statement question. Easy to solve. Okay. In how many ways can 5 people stand in a queue? Very interesting and nice one. Okay. Let's say there are A, B, C, D, E. These are 5 people. Now, in how many ways can they stand in a queue? Okay. Let's say they are standing in a line. So first variety is A, B, C, D, E. This is one way they can stand. Another way, B, A, C, D, E. Now B is in the front. Another way, C, B, A, D, E. Okay, now C is in the front. Like this, I can, how many number of ways can these 5 people stand in a queue? Okay, now in such questions, the first thing what you're supposed to see is how many people are there. How many people are there? Five of them, correct? I have 5 of them. 5 people are there. Now this 5 people, okay, the number of ways the 5 people can stand in a queue where I take 5 at a time. Out of 5 people, A, B, C, D, E, I consider all the 5 people. So I have 5 people with me where I consider all the 5 people at a time. How much is the answer that I will get? That will be the number of ways 5 people can stand in a queue. Understood? Did you understand the question first? Yes? Okay. Now here what we are trying to say is, when I take A, B, C, D, E, I am considering all 5. Again, when I take B, C, just a second. Okay. Again, when I take B, C, D, E, A, I am again considering all the 5. I'm not leaving out anybody. Okay. So in that case, I have 5 people with me and I am considering all 5 people at a time. So this is the reason I am supposed to find out the number here. Now NPN is nothing but n factorial. If n and r are same numbers, okay, so npn is equal to n factorial. So 5p5 is nothing but 5 factorial. Understood till here? 5p5 is nothing but 5 factorial. Now can you find out the value of 5 factorial? 120. So 5 factorial is nothing but 120. So there are 120 ways where 5 people can stand in a queue. Okay, so yes, correct. 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. There are 120 ways where 5 people can stand in a queue. Clear? Any doubts? Can we solve one more question? Okay. Now the next question. How many 3-letter words can be formed using only consonants, but each only once? Okay, but each only once. Now let us see how we are gonna take it. First, let us understand the question before we solve it. Okay, so we are supposed to form how many letter words? How many letter words are we supposed to form? 3-letter words. Something like can, pan, ink. See, all these are 3-letter words. Okay. Yes, it is a sort of NCERT question only. Okay. So can, pan, ink, then mix. These are 3-letter words. But there is a condition which is attached to this. You have to use only consonants and not vowels. Okay. Now here if you see, I have used A. A is a vowel. Again A is a vowel. I is a vowel. I cannot use vowels. So I am supposed to use only consonants and then I have to solve the, I have to form the words. Now can anybody say me how many alphabets are there in English? Number of English alphabets. Very good. 26. And how many vowels are there? Five vowels, correct? So in out of these things, what are vowels? Can you name the vowels? Good. A, E, I, O, U. So these are vowels. So out of 26 alphabets, 5 are vowels. Okay. So how much is remaining? 21. So I have 21 consonants, except, okay, just a second. Okay, so except these letters, I have to use the other letters like B, C, D, and then F, G, H, I is already there, then J, K, L, M, N. P I cannot take, sorry, O I cannot take. P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. This I can take completely. Okay, so leaving out A, E, I, O, and U here, leaving these, the rest alphabets I can consider and I can do the words. So for my selection, I have 21 alphabets. So those 21 are called as consonants. So I have 21 alphabets in total, 21 consonants with me. Out of this 21 consonants, I am supposed to pick 3 letters at a time to make a word. Okay, 3 letters at a time to make a word. Now, so my overall selection is 21, out of which I am supposed to only take 3 words at a time. So now I can say, if I find out the permutation of 21p3, then I can say so many number of words, so many number of 3-letter words can be formed using the 21 consonants. Did you all understand the question first? It's very important to understand the question. And then from there, you will be able to analyze and get the answer easily. Okay. So out of 26 alphabets, I took out the vowels. So that is 5. Okay. What is remaining is 21 alphabets. Those 21 alphabets are called as 21 consonants in the English alphabet. Okay. So out of 21 consonants, I am supposed to derive 3-letter words. So what I do? 21p3. Now how do I find out 21p3? You can use the formula n factorial by n minus r factorial. Okay. So what is n factorial? 21 factorial divided by 21 minus 3 factorial. Okay. So 21 factorial divided by 21 minus 3 factorial. So what is 21 minus 3? 21 factorial divided by 19 factorial. Now what we will do? 21 into 20 into 19 factorial divided by 19 factorial. So I can cancel 19 factorial and 19 factorial. Sorry. 21 minus 21 minus 3 is 18, not 19. So this is gonna be, so this is gonna be 19 into 18 factorial, and I have 18 factorial. So I can cancel 18 and 18. Yes? Yes or no? Okay, so what is left out? 21 into 20 into 19. So when you multiply 21 into 20 into 19, you get 7,980. So using 21 consonants, you can make 7,980 three-letter words. Okay, 7,980 three-letter words. Understood? Everybody understood? Any doubts? Okay, fine. So we'll stop until here and we'll continue in the next class. Thank you, students.